I'm Hillary St. John, and a little background on me and us. I run Endless Range Marketing. We're an online marketing and web design firm. We are focused in profit, but as Bobby D was saying, nonprofit, you've got to start thinking like a business, because it's all about your return on investment and getting the word out there. And so I really like Bobby D's message. I saw him at the Ahwatukee Chamber of Commerce. He was an auctioneer for us, and he is absolutely amazing. And Marisa, oh, no, sorry. Marisa, I'm partnering up with, and she runs Toro Management.
Yes, so my company is Toro Management. I am a social media marketing reputation management company. So I'm a mixed bag, but I can do social media marketing and monitoring. So I actually take control of businesses' social media plans and run that for them. But I also do classes and private tutoring also for all the social media networks. So I've partnered up with Hillary, and we are starting 2 marketing chicks.
Yeah.
So
we'll dive right into it. And in case you guys aren't aware of why you should be on the internet and why the internet is the new thing for businesses, nonprofits, getting your word out there, and really where to create your buzz.
I mean, it's not shocking. 78% of Americans are online. Just from looking up restaurants, how many of you go on Yelp to look up restaurants? It's we're surrounded by it, from our phones to, just everything around us.
Yep. And speaking of phones, actually, there's 1.5 billion people on smartphones worldwide, and that means they're connected nonstop. They can tweet, they can Facebook, they can look up websites right there on the spot. So it's making a huge difference.
I mean, to the point where there's actually been a term coined for that feeling, that gut-wrenching feeling when you can't find your phone, when you've lost your phone and you don't have access to the world. Nomophobia. It's a real term.
How many here sleep with their phone right next to you, charging?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it. There's a reason for it, right? And that's how many people do we have now on the biggest social network?
1.1 billion accounts on Facebook. It's been around. I think actually tomorrow is Facebook's 10-year anniversary. Wow. So it's rapidly evolved. I mean, Facebook's not the only one. There's social media networks popping up all the time. So it's really important to stay current.
And sometimes nonprofits think, well, I'm not a business. I don't need to be online. It's different for us. And I'll tell you guys, by December 2012, $200 million was donated online through e-wallets. Okay, through 3 major e-wallets. So having that donate button and having it easy, people aren't using I don't use checks unless I really have to. But in general, I don't use checks, and having that donate button makes a huge difference. So if you guys aren't online, or if you aren't thinking that way, really start considering it, because generations that are coming up, this is how we do transactions. This is how we want to make a difference, and
Well, and it's really important that you don't want to have to play catch up. A few years down the road. You want to be ahead of the game on something like this.
So how many of you guys have a website for your nonprofit? Okay, good. Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. So yes, website, very, very important. It's your base. Anything you do online, you want to put them back to your website eventually. You don't want to put all your eggs in the Facebook basket, for example, if something changes and they start charging. A big thing is to make sure it's search engine friendly, so people can find you if they hear about your organization, or if they don't know about your organization, but maybe they want to make a difference. Maybe they hear about a freeway coming into Ahwatukee, but they don't know that an organization exists. They're going to go to Google to find it. So you want to make sure that you are found through the search engines. That's really, really important.
But what about if I want to update the website on my own?
Yeah, how many of you guys have a website you can actually update yourself? No? Okay, so some of you. So that's really, really big, is you can actually get websites that are very good for search engines that you can update without knowing any coding. You can go in, it has a back end very similar to Word, and that's why our recommendation is WordPress. If you aren't aware of it, a lot of firms now are building beautiful websites in WordPress, and then you can have access to update it yourself. So really important.
Without even knowing any coding language that the programmers use. That's why WordPress is really awesome.
Yeah, and both of our websites are in WordPress. Our third website is in WordPress, so highly, highly recommend it. And it's great. I've had clients where I've switched over from other platforms to WordPress. They got a 400% increase in organic traffic from Google alone just by switching it over. We didn't even start the optimization. So WordPress is really powerful. If you don't have a website on there or you're looking to rebuild, highly recommend it. So once you have a website, then you want to start getting social, right,
Yes,
Marisa?
getting social. How many of you have heard of Twitter? I'm sure everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
What about your nonprofits? Do they have a Twitter profile, a Twitter page?
Hands up. Oh, great.
Good. That's awesome. If you don't have one, I would recommend definitely getting one. Twitter, do you guys remember chat rooms? The good old AOL chat rooms, yeah. Well, Twitter is now the largest chat room, if I would say that we've kind of moved away from those and have gone onto the Twitter space. So if you don't have a profile yet for your nonprofit, definitely create one and filling it out completely. So with the information, a brief description of your nonprofit, their website, back to the WordPress website so people can go back to your actual homepage. But Twitter's a great way to reach out to the community. They don't even, you can go and find volunteers. You can go and find other organizations to partner up with via Twitter.
Yeah, and you know what drives me insane too? We actually had it today when we were tweeting about this event, which is hilarious, but a key thing is when you have that egg profile, you have a picture of an egg when you first sign up, and when you see the egg and someone who hasn't updated their profile picture or filled in their profile, what does that say to you?
To me, it screams fake account. I mean, there's thousands of fake accounts on there, and just people that make just accounts that aren't actually real, or it might be robots that are controlling it. So definitely fill out your picture with a little logo, have a full completed profile, because nothing screams fake or not real, or somebody somebody not taking their social media seriously than a blank account and that little egg picture.
Yeah, egg picture.
Definitely make sure you fill that out. So once you're on Twitter, Hillary was talking about how we've actually started tweeting this event right now. So what you can do is what's called using a hashtag. So if you're not familiar with that, it's that little pound sign that you'll see before maybe a little topic. So what a hashtag is it actually indicates what is called a trending topic on Facebook. So people use a hashtag, let's say,
what about the example where we on the Super Bowl ads? Is where I just had the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. So, yesterday, the Super Bowl. Esurance, I just read this article. Esurance did a post Super Bowl commercial, saved 30% on their commercial by going after the Super Bowl. Did a hashtag that I think was Esurance Save 30. So people could save 30% and also have a chance to win $1.5 million.
Which was the 30% they saved. They saved $1.5 million, so they decided to give it away to people on Twitter using
hashtag. People actually in the first minute, 200,000 tweets, just right off the bat in 1 minute of running this ad. And actually the contest goes on until Wednesday. So the power of the hashtag is that you can actually create buzz by starting a trending topic. So let's say you were doing it for your fundraiser. As you're preparing for the fundraiser, you can start a hashtag and keep that conversation going throughout the entire process. So whether that's, you got in the flyers for your event, if you secured the location, you'll want to start a trending topic for that event and then encourage people during the event to live tweet. So let's say it was,
Eliminate. I'm a part of the Kiwanis International, and Eliminate is a global campaign all the Kiwanis clubs are giving to. And you can actually go in and see the hashtag Eliminate, where it shows what all the clubs are doing, what International Kiwanis is doing, and it's bringing it together. And then if you get enough, it'll start trending.
It'll start trending. And then, or if people want to look up that event specifically, they'll be able to see all of the conversations that have been started through the whole Twitter space that involve that specific hashtag, that topic, that event.
Yeah.
So it's really powerful to use. Another way to generate some buzz, go next?
Yeah, I lost the slideshow.
Is to show pictures from your past fundraisers. So it's a good way to not only show what you've done in the past, but use that as a goal. So saying, we had so much fun last year at this event, hoping to beat our goal by doubling what we did last year. So using your past events and using that leverage to really create the buzz for your event coming up.
Excellent.
Oh, so then you're on Twitter, social accounts, but what else can you do to stay in contact with your old volunteers?
A big one is email marketing. How many of you guys are actively using an email marketing campaign for your fundraiser? Is that everyone? Excellent. Yeah, newsletters. Yeah,
newsletters.
You have a newsletter. So email marketing is key. The biggest mistake I hear entrepreneurs saying that they made was not starting their email list sooner. And that's really, really key. So your email list, start building your list, but break it down. You can have a list for volunteers. You can have a list for sponsors. You can have a list for donors. Separate it out, because what you send a donor and what you send a volunteer isn't going to be the same thing. So separate it out, but you can also send them all a newsletter or have just a plain newsletter. But to really organize your team, get people going, that is really, really, really key. The other one is to, as the event details progress, you're going to want to email them. So if you have a fundraiser coming up, let's say you secure a live auction item that's absolutely amazing, or you secure Bobby D to do your auction. Announce that. Let people know what's going on. But especially the live auction items and the silent auction items, that's going to get people wanting to come to your event. Oh my God, they have this. This is coming up. Seeing what they're able to purchase, people are going to plan for it. They're going to prepare for it. So that's really, really key on the email marketing.
But what about people are always afraid of emailing too much?
Yeah.
Spam.
Yeah, and you know what?
What do you think?
Yeah, so I think what I see more people do is not emailing enough. So there's a fine balance. Yeah, you don't want to email every day, but most businesses and nonprofits do not email people enough. So as your event is coming up, really think about a timeline. I usually time it out where the week before the event, I'm sending more emails. I'm like, hey, last minute, purchase your tickets, come to the event, but you can slowly taper it. So like, maybe you have a month out, you do one email the first week, the second week you do one, the third week you do two, and the last week getting those people in 3. So really, let them know. People forget. How many of you, here's a great one, how many of you have an email in your email box that you haven't replied to or haven't made an action on, but you're having it sit in your email box, and then you watch it kind of go down, and then you forget about it? Yeah, I do that all the time, and that's why you want to email them multiple times, is you have to remind them everyone's really, really busy. So it's really key to do those multiple emails. And so, the reminder, reminding people to attend. Last-minute attendees are huge. I know they're huge for the Ahwatukee Chamber of Commerce and other events. So really, let them know, hey, did you purchase your ticket yet? Because today's the last day.
What would be an easy way to do email?
This is what I recommend. I don't know if you guys know this logo, but this is MailChimp. I like to use MailChimp. If you don't have an email marketing platform yet, it's 2,000 free subscribers to your list. So I like it because it's a free thing that you can use. You don't have a monthly fee starting out if you're building up your event email list, and it's kind of drag and drop. You can make really great emails. I know Park uses MailChimp from your setup. So
emails for me.
Yeah. So MailChimp is one of the most popular ones. There is Constant Contact and Aweber. Those are paid. Those you pay for immediately. You have like a 30-day free trial. So all of them are great. MailChimp, I'm a huge fan of. So, and then email marketing is all fine and dandy, right? But what about those? What was it? 1.1 million.
1.1
billion people on Facebook.
So yes, Facebook. Going social, taking your event social. You can't forget about Facebook. People, there's been kind of some controversy saying people are leaving Facebook, which is true in part. People aren't necessarily spending as much time on it, but people are 1.1 billion accounts. People still have their account. It's a portal of communication. So, if people aren't necessarily on it every day, they still are getting those notifications, and they're still getting using Facebook as a way to gather information specifically about events. I know that it's a really great way for me to connect people in events specifically. Maybe not necessarily posting a picture of my lunch, but using it for events, it's definitely a way to connect with people and have it go viral by inviting Facebook friends on it. So how many of you have a fan page? Not for your nonprofit, a fan page, okay? that's important. That's an important distinction, because a lot of people will sign up on a personal account.
Yeah. What do you do? Because like Kiwanis Awatuki, we have a personal. They actually did a personal account instead of the page account. So what do you do in that situation if you have a personal account?
There actually is a way to take a personal account. If you accidentally made a personal account for your business and change it to a fan page, and actually you need to do that because Facebook at any time could shut it down. Because they want to keep their personal accounts for people only. So that would be like Marisa Mafus, Hillary St. John. Whereas my business fan page is Toro Management, Endless Range Marketing, 2 Marketing Chicks. So the difference is that you have a fan page, so people actually choose to like your page and subscribe to your page's updates. From that page, you can actually create an event on Facebook, which is what I would recommend for your fundraisers. So creating an event on Facebook means that you can fill out a whole event page where you'll have pictures of the event, you'll have the time, the place, a description of the event.
They can have a link to purchase tickets too, right?
A link to purchase tickets, all right on one central area, and then people can actually go on that event and be social on it. They can ask questions, they can post their own pictures. Also, what's really powerful is you can invite personal Facebook friends. So if I'm making a Facebook event for a class that I'm hosting, then I'm going to go on and invite my personal Facebook friends. They can go on and invite their friends, and then it can go viral from there.
So with the volunteers, if you guys have volunteers, your board members, ask them to invite everyone they know to this event, and that's a way for it to go viral. It's not just, and that's the power of having it, be on a business page, is that you can actually have multiple admins, but you don't even have to have an admin from the settings. You can have anyone invite friends and really spread the word about an event. I have, one person, she keeps texting me her events about her fundraising. I'm like, if you have a Facebook event, I can invite all the 300 people I know, versus just sending me a text and I can't make it, and I'm not going to start texting people as much as I like what she's doing, what she's up to. Having an event is real easy, and letting people know, hey, if you can't make it, just invite people. Let people know about what we're up to and the difference they can make by coming to our event.
Well, and when people RSVP via Facebook to this event, they will get notified when you make changes on the event, when you update it. If you're updating the event and saying, we secured our location, can't wait to start it, that is going to go out to all of the people who have RSVP'd for your Facebook event. So then those people are always staying up to date, and it's just another way to remind them that this event, this fundraiser is happening. So.
Yeah, very, very key.
Yes, definitely updating that. So we've gone social, Facebook, Twitter, did the email marketing, but what's another way to spread the word?
So big is the online advertising, and really particularly is Google AdWords. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Google Grants does offer up to $10,000 in free advertising for nonprofits. So if you aren't taking advantage of this, I have clients who spend thousands upon thousands of dollars monthly on Google Ads because it brings them new leads constantly. Google is the answer to people's questions. So if they have a question about what difference can I make, how can I help these children, whatever it is, how can I help mothers with cancer, whatever it happens to be, Google can be the answer to it, and now you have an opportunity through Google Grants. You must be a 501c3 to apply for the grant, and there are limitations to it. So it's not available for hospitals, medical groups, governmental groups, or schools. But if you don't fall in those categories, please, please, please take advantage of this. While Google advertising can be very complicated and overwhelming, you still have free dollars you can spend and make a difference, and there are a lot of nonprofits doing that. So target your ads. You can do different keywords. Unfortunately, we don't quite have the time to dive into all of it.
And what's really cool about that is that it's that yellow, that prime real estate. When you Google something, it's that yellow box,
right on top,
sponsored first page prime real estate that everybody fights over and spends thousands of dollars for. The fact that you can take advantage of that for free for your nonprofit is just
it's huge.
Unbelievable.
It's huge.